Hello, bike fans, and welcome to Pergola Review. E-MTB Review. And you may be wondering what I'm reviewing. I'm reviewing this pergola right here. So fascinating product. They offered it to me for free, as long as I, assembled it and put it together. And I said, hey, why not? And I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why it is pretty compelling. Look at this thing, right? So pretty convenient for my household. We had just cleared my pump track out of my backyard, and my wife poured this slab right here for not too much money. But then the slab was like, okay, what do we do with it? It's just kind of open. This tree is bleeding leaves, pine needles, and sap all year long. So it was a little bit of a problem. And then, we always kind of wanted a pergola or kind of an awning situation. And this opportunity came along from Flexispot called Flexispot PG5. And let me tell you, first thing is it has a high wife acceptance factor, WAF factor. I said, hey, can we do this? And she's all like, yeah. And I told her it was for entertainment, for dining, for, a wellness, some yoga, exercise, and maybe put a TV, do some brunch here, brunch date. That's what I said. But really, what I had in mind was a bike garage, bike studio, and it can do many purposes. So it can do different things once you have a structure like this. So I'll show you the different configurations that I have. What really is going to happen is going to be my bike garage, keep it from the elements, my bike repair center. I'm always wrenching on bikes, unboxing bikes, wrenching on them. In bike studio, I do need a place where I can film. I'm always in the garage, in the studio, but I'd rather be outside. I'm always in the garden where the sun is just crazy. So here I can fix my lighting and all that jazz. Okay, but first let me describe to you guys how it comes. So it's a company from China, and I'm all like, how is that going to get here? It looks kind of big. So it came in a big truck with these 4 long boxes. I'm all like, wow. By the way, they have a lot of options: 10 by 10, 10 by 13, 10 by 20, and so many configurations. You could you could have a motorized roof. You could have a sides, a kitchen, outdoor kitchen. So the options are there. And it came, and I said 10 by 13 manual roof. So this actually has an opening roof, a 10 by 13. It's around $5,000. We will have links in the description, a coupon code, a discount code as well. And they said 4 hours with 4 people. And I'm like, I don't know. Ooh. And so I got 4 of my bike buddies, or 3 of my bike buddies and my wife, and we got it going. And let me tell you, the first time is always the hardest, just like IKEA furniture. And maybe we took 5 hours, but the next time, so if someone, it will probably be less than 4 hours. So have the proper tools and the proper, we have, without reading through the manual too much. So what impressed me the most is the construction. Look at this thing. So it's aluminum, and it's thick gauge aluminum. It is triple powder coated, so it's scratch resistant, and it's easy to clean. It's like dirt comes off it, and the louvers are awesome. So you put the 2 sides together, and then it's all about the roof. And the louvers are S-shaped. They say 40% less screws. And then, so there's not that many screws. Just have a couple manual electric screwdrivers, and it really gets going. And then, it's good to have a flat surface. Lucky for me, I have a slab. So even before I bolted it down, it was pretty stable. Because, when the wind, the storms of NorCal came, it wasn't moving at all. And this thing, they said level 12 wind resistance. That's a 73 mile an hour wind. But also, they said in the documentation, 120 mile per hour wind. And I believe them. Once you bolt it down, this thing is not going anywhere. There's nothing for the wind to really catch. You could even open it to have so the wind can just go through. Also, snow resistance. It has it's something like 83 kilograms per square meter is what can it support for snow. So it's not going to collapse under snow. The key is bolting it to the ground. So bolting it to the ground is an interesting process if you've never done it before. They do provide all the hardware that you need, and you have these expander bolts that go into concrete. I just wanted to screw them in, to the concrete. But my friend said, no, no, do it right. Put the expander bolts in, and then the expander bolt. So you put a big hole, bigger than the expander bolt, and then when you tighten the nut, the thing will just lock on. And this thing is stable, it's removable. And let me show you the opening system, which is they have motorized or non-motorized. So the motorized is an option, but really you don't need motorized. This thing's not that easy to do, and there it is, and it really opens. Why would you want to open it? You want more sun, get a little tan going, but it's great to have that option, especially since I said the pine needles keep dropping on this thing and the sap as well. So this will keep that under control. The other really fascinating thing about it is its water a kind of drainage system. So the water all goes to the side and they go through here. So nothing will drip. It's all captured and it will go out on these little holes. And I have seen that in action when it got super, some really big storms. So what can I say? I just have a backing right now, like a $30 backyard screen on it, and I'm going to use that as my studio for now. They do have screens, but the options they get pricey. You want sightings close to $1,000 for those. Maybe they're really motorized or they're really modular and built for it. But a lot of options for this. So I'll show you some of my configurations for this guy. You can just also, if you happen to leave them overnight, just lock your bikes to the side. What I end up doing is I'll just put this on here, hip lock, anchor this to the ground with the expander bolts, and then boom, feed everything through a cable. So that's one option. A lot of options, but really it could be a charging station for my e-bikes, right? Have some power here. Oh yeah, once you have a structure like this, you can have lighting, you can have some ambient lights. So you can put sound system, all that jazz. So fascinating. It's really cool. In 5K is not cheap, but think about how much the value of the house appreciates just because of having this like already dialed in and installed. Okay, so showing you one of my configurations for this pergola. Why I'm trying to make it pertinent to the bike world is, hey, it's my bike garage, tuning and whatnot, bike studio. I have my lighting here, camera right there, and I could do my show and tell in an outdoor environment. So pretty cool. I could block the wind, block the sun if I needed to. I can figure out why my wheel has such a terrible hop. I think I'm back on the case on one of the jumps. Cased it super hard. And then the other cool thing I'm going to leave you with is this could be my charging station. Whenever I want to charge a bike, some people are concerned about fire safety and whatnot. I have this cool thing from Feedback Sports. You mount your charger on it and then just get some power on it, and then that's where you charge. So really, really convenient. Safe from the fire flammable stuff in the garage. So there you go. And this is the bike side. Obviously, there's the family, the spouse angles for a unit like this. But Flexispot PG5 is what it's called. There are a lot of options on their site on, like I said, configurations, outdoor kitchen. Let me know in the comments if you have something like this and how you kind of angled it for your biking addiction. Thanks a ton.